Welcome to the ShipSavvy update. We're going to talk about the releases and some of the new stuff that's come on ShipSavvy.com. My name is Tony, CRO for ShipSavvy.
I'm Owais, Ashfaq, CEO of ShipSavvy.
Awesome. So we're going to quickly try to run through some of the new stuff that we've released over the last couple weeks. So internally, we refer to these releases on the platform and updates as numbers. 1.7.5 and 1.7.6 are technically what we're talking about today, but more importantly, we're just going to talk about the actual features that matter to you guys, the customers, as you're using the platform, and get some ideas about why you might worry about these things or why we think they're valuable to you. So we'll start at the top. The first kind of big area that we dive into is carrier pickup links. And so in the release live on the platform today, you now have the ability to schedule or click a link and schedule a pickup directly on the carrier website to get products picked up from your own location. That's one small piece of the beginning of a bunch of enhancements with that. So Owais, why don't you tell us a little bit about why we started with that, what people can do with that functionality, and kind of where this feature is going?
Yeah, it's a great question. We work with lots of partners and we try to provide the options to our customers. But one of the feedback that we were getting is how do they get those packages picked up from the carriers, right? And a lot of our customers either drop off to our locations, or we do have the ability to pick up from some of our customers. But there are many other customers that are outside of our geography of pickup, or they may not have the volume for daily pickups, or they just have different needs, and they need the ability to be able to have the carriers come to their location instead of them having to drop off to the carriers. And if you have any volume, if you're doing either large packages or if you're doing lots of packages, it is very inconvenient to drive to the carriers or to the drop-off locations every time. And this feature allows the customers to be able to go directly to the carrier, schedule a pickup using the links and their account, and the carriers will come pick it up from them. Now, this is the first iteration. We wanted the ability for our customers to be able to have pickups to their location, so we went with the ability to arrange it directly for the customer with the carriers. However, we are working on bringing it directly into our portal, where we will arrange all of that within the portal and make it a lot more seamless of an experience than it might be right now. So this is just a first step, but I think it's important for our customers to be able to utilize the partnerships that we offer and the savings that we can bring and the other values that we bring on our portal to be easily to be able to utilize those services wherever they're based, even if it's outside the geography or of our drop-off locations or our pickups.
Nice. If you could name drop a couple of the big carriers that we support today and kind of maybe what is going to be enabled in a future release.
Yes, so right now you can arrange pickups for UPS, Purolator, FedEx, Canada Post. Those are the ones that we are working with. We are also working on integrating them directly into our portal as well, and we will be adding Loomis to that as well. So all of the carriers that we work with right now, you can arrange pickups with them, but soon we will just do that for you within the portal.
Awesome. Do you want to tease a little bit about another pickup service that we have coming? And this is sort of foundational for this piece is foundational for what we're enabling with the ShipSavvy Fleet Pickup.
Yes, ultimately, we work with lots of partners, big, medium, small, and we try to bring the best partnerships to our customers to bring the best value for them. However, not all of them allow for the ability to pick up directly from the customers. It's usually the bigger carriers that have the fleet themselves that can go to different locations and be able to pick it up. But sometimes that's not the best value that we can bring to our customers. So what we want to do is we want the customers to be able to arrange pickups directly with our fleet, where we go and pick up their packages and provide them services at their locations. And that way we are able to optimize it as best as possible. It's better optimization when shipments are going to the US, or when we're working with more geographic partners or regional partners. And so we are working on enabling direct pickup by ShipSavvy Fleet in our portal very soon. And so this will just be an extension of the pickups that you can do with the carriers. You can choose, the customers can choose if they want the carriers to pick it up directly from them, or if they want us to pick it up and do provide them some other services that sometimes the carriers cannot provide. So that will be the extension, and that is something very exciting because that opens up the ability for a lot more customers within our geographic window to be able to utilize the value that we can bring and the partnerships that we can bring forward to them.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of flexibility built into it, some flexibility to start with and flexibility down the road for, if you need these scheduled pickups, we can help you with that. If drop-offs are better for your logistics, then obviously we can still support with that. And it supports big and small customers alike, so it's awesome. Good stuff. Okay, next thing that we're going to talk about is product catalog. So this is another pretty foundational piece. We've done a lot of product work over the years in terms of just being able to support HTS codes and manufacturer codes and categorization and stuff, all the things that are necessary to be able to get packages across the border. This has kind of naturally led us to this place of having a rounded out product catalog. So talk to us a little bit about what's released and kind of where you see this going, Owais.
Yes, product catalog is very important to us because that enables us to provide a much more streamlined experience to our customers. And it really is the foundation for future enhancements that we can do in our portal. And as we expand into helping more international shipments, which we already do. That's our focus of our business, allowing Canadians to ship to the US as well as importing from the US to Canada. The product catalog really streamlines the customs process. So we deal with all the customs for our customers, as you know, but the experience right now is that there is redundant work or there is declarations that have to be done repeatedly, even if the customers are importing the same product. So now this allows for them to store the product information and then just utilize the data that's saved to do faster processing of their shipments, whether you're shipping it out, whether you're importing goods in and you need to do the declarations and the country of origin. And very soon with sending stuff to the US, there will be HS codes that are required with all the changes that are happening that can all be saved in a product catalog, and it really streamlines the flow. So I'm very excited about it because it really reduces the work that's required by our customers to utilize the services and just focus on what they really need to focus on, which is their business, and we take care of all of the shipping and customs need. And this is just a start right now. They can do that in the portal, but soon we will also be able to integrate it to their marketplace and to their platform, so we can pull the information directly from their platform, and there's even less work required. Everything is synced all the time, and it just becomes a seamless process. So I'm very excited about that. Again, the first phase, lots of iterations and improvements coming to that too, and enhancements and different areas we can utilize this, but very excited about the first phase.
Yeah, definitely. And this is kind of foundationally, this has been about saving people time when they're having to do these repetitive purchases, right? Or repetitive processes. I've heard you say a couple times on calls Owais about reducing clicks, right? So it feels like that is something you use the platform a lot, right? So how do you think about reducing clicks in this regard?
Yeah, Tony, what I like to tell others and what we try to tell as part of our ShipSavvy story is that we are operators and not just, service providers. We have been in this business. We have been doing operations for ourselves and for other companies. So we really understand the need of having very streamlined processes, streamlined operations that are very easy to do, very easy to teach other people, very fast. And so you can focus on, or our customers can focus on their business versus trying to do shipping or learn the process of shipping or spending time on the shipping processes. And so I really believe that every single process that you streamline helps you reduce your cost, helps you get your time back, and makes it easy to use. So that's our core strategy. We are not in the business of just providing services to our customers. We always are looking at how can we streamline their operations and make a more simplified process for them so they save time. And we look at it in every single process. And this is, again, product catalog. Very, very happy and confident that it will reduce the time and effort that our customers need to spend on our portal doing shipping when they can be working on their business growth.
Yeah, awesome. And as operators, it saves us time as well, right? So really, we're kind of doing it for the benefit of all, right? And one small piece I'll add to that: packages is included in this, right? So a user of ShipSavvy can save their products, but they can also save the packages that they have, right? And this is just kind of another step heading in that direction of saving them time. Did you want to add anything about the package preferences and the package preset stuff?
Yes, same thinking around that, that every single click that we can save or every single additional step that we can save our customers will bring value to them. And while products can have some other benefits of customs, saving the customs information, so it streamlines that process. Packages, saving the packages, which basically is that you can save your package preferences, you can save packages that you commonly use, and then just use that when you're doing your shipping. And so it saves you time from entering dimensions or weight and any other information. And that is purely with the operational processes in mind, that it will really help our customers save time and streamline their operations.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sensing a bit of a theme here because as we move into the next piece, we're going to talk a little bit about integrations. And so we're excited to announce we have a new integrations page within ShipSavvy.com. So when you go in there, you'll see an integrations option there. The first couple that are live, ShipStation is the one we're going to talk about right now. Shopify is very close behind it, but let's start with ShipStation. Why did we start there? What are you excited about for that one, and what's coming soon?
Yes, again, one of the biggest feedback that we get from our customers is that we did not have the ability for them to integrate directly into their platforms, and that was always something that was in the plan and we were going to work on. But there is a phase where the customers have to do a little bit more manual work. We do have the ability for our customers to upload the data, but again, we are operators. We understand that every single step that you introduce it is more cost and more time spent, but also increases the chance of error, right? That's the other piece about really streamlining the operations, is that the more steps you have, the higher the chance of errors or mistakes happening, or just time being spent on things that are not priority. So while we did have the upload, we always wanted to work on integration. So what that is getting the data directly from the marketplace or the platform that our customers are on directly into our system, and again with the product catalog, getting all the information so they really are not spending too much time on our platform. It's ironic, but we really do not want them to be spending a lot of time on our platform and just streamlining their shipping processes so they can focus on other stuff. And again, integrations allows for that, where we can pull the order information directly into our portal, and when all of that is done, send it back to the marketplace and the platform. And while there's lots of big platforms that we can work on, and there's a few in the pipeline, we started with ShipStation because that is a connector to almost all the platforms out there. It is a great software that a lot of small to medium-sized businesses use already, and if not, it's very easy to use and very easy to subscribe to. And what that does is that you can link your platform and your store to ShipStation, and then we can connect it to ShipSavvy, where you can have your orders integrated, and they come as they come into your store, they come into ShipStation, and they come into ShipSavvy. So it's almost as a middleware. We're using it to allow any customer, doesn't matter what platform they are, to be able to utilize the value that ShipSavvy can bring to their business. So that's why it was important to get something out, a good software, a good middleware that really removes the hurdle of integration. And that's why I'm very excited about having ShipStation enabled and ready to go on our platform right now. But we don't stop there, right? So that is just the first phase. Now we are working on other integrations to some of the major platforms. You just mentioned Shopify is right around the corner, but there's also Amazon that's coming very soon, and WooCommerce coming very soon. So with those three platform integrations, I think we cover majority of our customers' needs and future customers' needs. But then we also have ShipStation, that if there are other platforms that we're not integrated with, we can utilize that to integrate it. And basically anybody and everybody can utilize ShipSavvy.
Awesome. Yeah. Good theme of saving time and making it easier. And you're right, it is kind of perhaps anti-software to be wanting people to spend less time in your platform, but ideally they are only needing to go in there to do the basics that they need to do, and the rest of the time is spent on the floor with customers.
Yes, I think our vision is that not only you spend less time in our platform, but in the future that sometimes you don't even have to come to our platform. And that's why we are actually also working on APIs that will allow customers to link directly from their systems directly to our system. So I know we might talk about it separately, but I hope you get the theme. The goal is that we bring the value and our partnerships to our customers to where they are, and they don't necessarily have to be within our portal all the time.
That's awesome. We got a little sneak peek for what's coming soon. So we'll circle back to that. So that basically covers up a lot of the stuff that's been released in the last couple weeks. One thing that has changed and continues to change, and I think would be helpful to cover for our listeners, is GDE compliance. So we've released a lot of changes to support USPS GDE compliant labels. For a lot of people, they may not have any clue exactly what that is, but the changes continue and the improvements continue support with that in other areas as well. So do you want to talk a little bit about that and just kind of give people some education on what it is, why they should care, and what we've got them covered?
Yes, for sure. It's a very important thing for sellers that are selling on marketplaces to be aware of. GDE just means global direct entry. It's a compliance issue for any USPS packages that are entering the US from outside of the US. So while they are USPS tracking USPS packages, meaning that they will get dropped off to USPS and they will take it on and do the final mile delivery, because they are coming from outside of the US, there are special requirements. And those requirements were never really enforced in the past, but now our customs and USPS are becoming a lot more stricter with that. And why is that important? It's important because many customers that are selling on marketplaces like Amazon or I believe eBay, Poshmark, there's a few other ones where they provide you the domestic labels. They will give you the label from Buffalo or wherever the origination is, Niagara Falls, Buffalo, could be Washington. They will give you the label from that location to the customer, and that's great because it's more streamlined. You can get it directly from the marketplace. However, in many cases, if not almost all cases, those are not GDE compliant labels. Those are domestic labels for the US. And so why it's important for our customers is if they are used to using those platforms to get the labels, they may not be in compliance. And again, as customs tries to get more stricter with these rules, it is something that they have to note. There are still companies that might allow for non-GDE compliant labels to be processed, but I think it causes delays in many cases and impacts all customers, even if only some of their customers are using non-GDE compliant labels, right? So we made the decision that we want to be all GDE compliant, and we provide those labels on our portal, and this allows for the packages to be transported seamlessly, and again avoids any delays, any issues. So it might be a change for some customers that are really used to utilizing the labels that are provided by the marketplaces, but again, if they're not compliant, then they do have to find another option. And I know a lot of customers were struggling with that especially last month, or they're still struggling with it. So we are providing fully GDE compliant labels, and they are able to get it, and so we can ensure a much more seamless transportation and delivery of those packages than if they're not getting the right labels.
Yeah, I think it's important to note there that the way that the USPS mandates rolled out is they are requiring it. Basically, everything that is coming into the US, it's a requirement by them that they're using GDE compliant labels. Now, we have heard of clients that are sometimes getting these packages across using non-GDE compliant labels. And I think if I remember correctly, there's certain marketplaces that are maybe in the process of transitioning or haven't transitioned yet. Are you aware of any that we know of that are, potential flags that clients might want to look out for?
I don't really know of any marketplaces that are providing GDE compliant labels. I have heard that a lot of them are moving towards GDE compliant labels because they do have international sellers, and ultimately this is not a Canada issue. This is a worldwide issue. Anybody that's generating labels, USPS labels outside of the US, and if they're not GDE compliant, is not compliant, right? So it might be something that's on the radar of these marketplaces. So things can change, and they're changing, very quickly, very fast. But as of now, I do not know of any marketplace for sure that's always providing GDE compliant labels.
Okay, so if you're a seller and you're selling on Etsy or eBay or Poshmark or any of these ones, there's a chance that your shipments, if they're originating outside of the U.S., are going to get caught, or they have a higher risk of getting caught and flagged and potentially returned. Anybody on those marketplaces, we would just recommend keep an eye out on those things. And if you have questions, you can reach out. But for their business, they should keep an eye on that. Okay, let's go into coming soon stuff. I'll start with the softball because you already talked about that. ShipSavvy API.
API allows any system to connect to our system to utilize our services. And why is it important? Because if you're using other WMS or order management systems and you want to be able to continue to use them because they're integrated into your whole supply chain, you will be able to connect to our ShipSavvy directly and utilize the services that we provide.
Awesome. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is enhanced carrier visibility, kind of what it is and why people should care.
So right now, we only provide one option to our customers, the best option. This will allow the customers to choose what partner they want to use from our partner list. They will have full control over that.
Awesome. Last one we're going to talk about is guided user onboarding.
So that's allowing our customers, especially our new registered customers, to be able to follow a guide to better understand and get used to our system. So that's the purpose, and it will be very useful for anybody that's new to our processes to quickly get onboarded and start shipping with us.
Awesome. So those last three things, those are coming soon. So you hear about us talk about those in the coming editions of the ShipSavvy update. But that's all we got for this week, and we look forward to speaking to you guys soon.
Thank you, Tony.